We are back here at the Edenville Dam. Drone is flying approximately probably 70 feet in altitude above what used to be the Wixom lake bottom. You can see a lot of work that has happened here at the Edenville Dam here in mid-Michigan. A lot of work happening on the emergency auxiliary spillway, as well as the structure here that's entering the middle of the screen that used to be the old dam portion where you'd have your spillway gates and the powerhouse. Powerhouse was located over there on the right-hand side. That is now going to be the low-level outlet. And they actually put a lot of design into this. You can see that they left the existing front of the powerhouse so that it could stay dewatered in our spring events, high water events. You can see the water currently flowing through what used to be the portion where the old Tanner gates used to raise and lower the water here on Wixom Lake. There hasn't been a whole lot of work over on the Tobacco River Dam side, so I didn't fly over there. Again, that high water rainfall event that we've had this spring has slowed progress down over there. Slowed progress on Smallwood and Secord Dam as well. So Secord might be slipping a little bit, but they are hoping to regain momentum and still complete the substantial completion dates. So for Secord, this is September of 2026. Smallwood is July of 2026. Here at Edenville Wixom Lake is September of 2027. And Sanford was February of 2026. So they hit that. Sanford Lake started refilling and is now completely at full pool. So that will probably be in my next video. I'll get back down to Sanford, give you guys a quick shot of Sanford Lake completely refilled, and then I plan on heading back up to Secord Smallwood, catching up on the progress that has been happening up there. If you've been watching the live cameras, there's live cameras on all these dams. You can watch 24/7 and see what's happening out here whenever you want. But there has been some gates dropped off up there at Secord Dam, and of course Smallwood Dam crest gates have been there as well. So we'll get a quick update when I get up there to film and see the progress happening here. This portion right here in the middle of the screen is going to be the low-level outlet. You can see a lot of progress that has been made. And if you go take a look at the Four Lakes Task Force May newsletter, they're saying that this is 75% complete. So they're calling this the bypass control structure, also known as the low-level outlet, that they're able to bypass flows during the winter time, so those are not passing over the new crest gates, getting froze up and icing up. They're just passing them through that area, and they don't have to worry about that. Hopefully we'll be able to take a little bit closer look at these low-level outlets on some of the other dams. Maybe can get out there on Secord Dam and see how those operate internally. This area used to be the hatch that you could go down into and get inside of the old concrete crest, and then the Tanner gates were up above these, so they were hollow inside. You could actually be inside of the dam with the water flowing over the top of you. So that would have been pretty cool to do that way back when. Of course, these have all been demolished and removed, all of the concrete crest. And now we can look up to the north, see the Tittabawassee River flowing through what is left here of the Edenville Dam and is currently being rebuilt. So again, a lot of progress on all the dams. Looks like what we have coming up is Edenville Dam right training wall and water control structure should be complete. These are the upcoming milestones. Completion of the auxiliary spillway structural concrete at Edenville. We'll take a look at that right now as the drone pans over, and we'll be able to point out a couple of the structures that are being worked on there. The left training wall and center pier at Secord is going to be completed. The upstream pier extension concrete at Smallwood. So again, kind of trying to dewater that area to catch up on some of the progress there, as that work has been impacted by the high water events this spring. We did receive a lot of rainfall that did slow progress. And lastly, Sanford Lake refill to summer level, which is now complete, like I stated. So we're taking a look here at the Edenville Emergency Auxiliary Spillway. Pretty amazing. A lot of progress has happened since the last time I was out here. So the structures that we're looking at, the training walls, the labyrinth walls, the baffle blocks, the sill and the chute blocks, all being worked on. So it's pretty cool seeing these labyrinth walls. That zigzag structure creates a lot more surface area that is able to pass flows a lot more than just a straight structure that would be a normal emergency spillway that we're seeing on the other dams. So this, like I said, allows a lot more flow to go over the top of the spillway and pass a lot more flow than the normal standard. You can see those chute blocks coming up there, and then the baffle blocks just below those, and then that last concrete structure. Well, it's not concrete. Well, there it is. In one area it's concrete, but where the rebar is there at the top of the screen is the insill. Looks like they almost got all of the baffle blocks complete. The chute blocks look really nice. So all of those structures to dissipate the energy of the water when it's coming over the top of the emergency auxiliary spillway, dissipate some of that energy so that, reduces erosion downstream, as well as make sure that the emergency spillway stands the test of time if it ever does need to be used. So we'll pan over here to the left. You can see the Tittabawassee River flowing over this way. Right at the bottom of the screen and straight ahead is where the Edenville earthen embankment failed, and that water went rushing straight to the south, went right over the top of Sanford Dam and caused that subsequent failure. So this area has been rebounding back a lot. A lot of work has happened down here on the river portion too. You can see the riprap line down there, reseeding of grass. I think they actually planted a couple more trees down there as well. So this area is bouncing back nicely. This is the park area on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. So all those trees have started regrowing and are really taking root. And, the whole area is just being restored back to how it was prior to the dam failures, and, soon to be all of these lakes refilled again. Prior to that, they were rivers though. So that is how they currently look in this area right at the center top of the screen. It's hard to tell, but that used to be all Wixom Lake. That is the lake bottom, where it's now all some sand where they've been doing some excavation and some pits, some grass up a little bit further to the north, the Tittabawassee River flowing through the middle, and then over on the left-hand side again, more areas that they've been excavating clay on that side. We were up at 400 feet in altitude and now dropping down again, taking a closer up look at the emergency spillway. This area is always really hard to fly in because you might be able to catch it in the middle of the screen here and there. There's power lines that are actually spanning right through this area. So got to be super careful flying the drone around them. This drone does have a lot of sensors on it to be able to pick up certain things and obstructions in the way, like trees, but small twigs, branches, power lines, it does have a hard time seeing and could potentially run right into them if I am not careful. If you want to know all the equipment that I'm using, check out the description down below. I post all of the equipment I use, even to edit these videos, down there, and there's links to Amazon. If you click those links and purchase anything with Amazon within 24/7 or within 24 hours, they kick a small portion of the proceeds back to the channel. So one way to help out. Another way is also links in the description for PayPal and Coffee. Both PayPal and Coffee do not take out any fees if you're looking to donate and help the channel. Coffee is an interesting one because you can send money for a tank of gas or chip in for a drink. And last way to help out the channel is to become a Patreon, so they get exclusive access to what I'm working on. As soon as I'm done out here filming on site, I post the pictures on my Patreon channel, as well as sometimes some sneak peeks of videos before they actually get posted publicly and I'm able to get them out on YouTube. So that is the way that you can go ahead and support me and support this YouTube channel. Pretty cool seeing things from this perspective again. The crane, a lot of this work happening on that low level outlet, that bypass structure on the right or the left hand side of the screen here. And again, you can see the water flowing through Edenville Dam here. They do have that sill, or like a little bit of a cofferdam where all that riprap is. That has worked very nicely to keep all the silt from flowing downriver. A lot of silt on these lake bottoms that was in the bottom of this river, and that's kept that all sitting in that same position. And we'll fly up here to the north a little bit further. probably about 100 feet in altitude. You can see all those trees on the right-hand side. When this lake is going to be refilled, I'm sure all of that will be brush hogged and cut back down again before the refill progress happens, just like we've seen down there at Sanford. But as of right now, the lake bottom is looking very nice. Pretty well maintained at a low level of not a whole lot of brush or trees growing. I know there's a couple spots out there that have some higher brush levels and some higher trees growing. Those will probably be taken care of again before the lake is refilled. I was flying to the north, and if you can see down here in the bottom right hand side of the screen, I did notice this eagle perched atop this tree. Looks like he was out there fishing. So again, pretty cool seeing them out there. They're definitely making the most of it, picking off whatever fish they can. They've been doing and handling the restoration very nicely. So I didn't want to bother him too much. It is illegal to bother the wildlife, especially eagles, with drones. So we'll just leave him alone and fly on our way up here to the north a little bit further. And you'll never guess what I also saw up here a little bit further to the north again. You can see right on top of that tree, right in the center of this tree, it's the screen, a nether eagle. Pretty cool seeing two bald eagles out there very close together. And check out all the brush and debris on the riverside here. So that has all been flowing downriver during the high level spring events that we've had. And again, a lot of that is just, if it kept flowing down to the south, it ends up there at Sanford Dam. And they did a very nice job when Sanford Lake was refilled, removing all of that debris that would have flown over the top of the dam or flooded over the top of the dam and just kept going down to the south. So they removed all of that, and it was getting repurposed, ground back up into mulch. So again, not completely going to waste, not just getting dumped in the garbage dump. Again, over here on the left, we can see a lot of the lake bottom being repurposed, a lot of sand that was being excavated, giant pits being dug to remove clay, strengthening these embankments a little bit more. On the right hand side, you can see the entirety of the Edenville earthen embankment that has been bored. They used an SCB trencher and put soil, cement, bentonite cutoff wall down through that so that no water will be able to permeate through that earthen embankment anymore when Edenville Dam, Tobacco River Dam are complete and Wixom Lake allowed to refill. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and leave any questions and comments you have down below. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.